Greetings, viewer. My name is Truth Hidden Within Lies, and I am here to tell all of you a story. It is an interesting tale, one of both discovery and of tragedy. Starting back in September of 2010, a series of videos began to spread across the internet. A series of 4 to be exact. These videos were uploaded onto YouTube by a user of the name Jed Usable, who was also a frequent visitor of the site 4chan. These videos cataloged the traumatic and horrific experiences of a man dealing with what was supposedly called a haunted copy of a Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask cartridge. The first video uploaded in this series of 4 was called Day4.wmv. The user Jed Usable told us in notes before his mysterious disappearance that he had bought this cartridge off of an older gentleman who had been selling things in a garage sale. He asked him if he had any quote-unquote old games that he would be interested in selling. The man grinned and handed him this cartridge. The appearance of this cartridge was strange, to say the least. Normal Majora's Mask game cartridges were gold in color. However, this one seemed to be the standard N64 gray. Also, apart from the different color cartridge difference, it seems that someone had taken a black permanent marker and etched onto the front of it the name Majora. Jad seemed a little shaken by this, but at the same time he thought, hey, another game that I can play. He bought the game and took it back to his dorm room, none the wiser. This would be Jad's undoing. Jad took the game back to his dorm room and popped it into his N64 gaming console. Jad did notice, though, that there seemed to be another save file on his game cartridge. Perhaps from a previous owner? He wasn't sure. The name on the game save read Ben. Jad, not thinking any more about this, created a new profile and named it Link. And he started to play it. But the more he started to play the game, he started to notice something odd. All of the characters in the game kept calling him Ben, 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 instead of Link. Jad did not understand why this was happening. So he backed out of the game and deleted the old Ben profile. However, this just made the game odder. As he started playing once again, it seemed that the characters would not call him anything now. They didn't mention his name anywhere. Jad became frustrated and decided to put the game away for a day. The next night, Jad played the game again. He had gotten the Lens of Truth and was working his way to completing the Snowhead Temple. He utilized the effect of a glitch that many Zelda players know of called the 4th Day Glitch. This glitch basically gives you an extra day to complete quests that you have not yet completed. He went to the astronomer's telescope and looked in, correctly initiating the glitch. When he backed out, though, this is where things got even stranger than before. Instead of being greeted by the astronomer that was normal, it seems that Jad had been teleported to the end of the game boss fight where you normally fight Majora's Mask. The strange thing is, the Skull Kid was staring and hovering above him. There was no sound, just him floating above the air. Skull Kid never appeared here in the game. He tried to move around the area, and no matter where he went, Skull Kid would always be facing him, looking at him, not saying anything. Nothing would happen, though, and this kept up for about 60 seconds. Jad thought the game was bugged or something, but he was beginning to doubt that very fast. Jad was about ready to hit the reset button. Text suddenly appeared on the screen. The text read, "You're not sure why, but you apparently had a reservation." Jad instantly recognized that text. He realized it as the text that you get when you get the room key from Anju at the Stockpot Inn. But why was it playing here? He refused to entertain the notion that it was almost as if the game was trying to communicate with him. He navigated the room again, testing to see if there was some sort of trigger that enabled him to interact with something there. Then he thought, I'm being stupid. What am I doing? To think that someone could reprogram the game. It was absurd. Sure enough, 15 seconds later, another message appeared on the screen, and again, like the first one, it was already a pre-existing phrase. It said, "Go to the lair of the temple's boss. Yes or no." He paused for a second, and the screen faded to white, with the words, "Dawn of a New Day," with a strange subtext at the bottom of the screen that almost looked like a barcode or something beneath it. Chad was teleported to an area that filled him with the most intense sense of dread and impending fear he had ever experienced. This is where the game stopped being odd and started becoming downright terrifying. Chad seemed to be teleported to an area of Clocktown. However, Clocktown seemed to have changed. It was far different from the norm. It seemed that entire parts of the area had been ripped out. It was described by Jad as a Twilight Zone version of Clocktown. It is at this point where the events of Day 4.wmv take place. The remaining events that happen thus after are cataloged within that video. But this is far from the end of our tale, viewers. Sadly, I cannot continue the story today. Perhaps for another time. However, if you are to watch this video, I say that you keep your eye on something specific in the video. Specifically the number 423. I say to keep your eye on this, for this will become important in the later videos to follow. Until next time, viewer, we are seeking the truth, one step at a time.